I can't stop falling. I woke up in a cold sweat, tossing turning in my damn sleep. Feel like I keep falling and I got nobody to catch me. Feel like I lose everything I gain, it's like I can't have a damn thing. I could be way more cocky than I am, but I'm humble, that's why they can't stand me. I know I could do anything I put my mind to in the levels I can't reach. I know I'm so destined for success, it gets to the point that it literally scares me. Cause I know that I'm great, what I'm capable of, and a legacy I can leave. The heart of a lion, the eye of the tiger, they know that that's something they can't be. Got ran over like a stampede, was hoping that I wouldn't carry on. I'm a hero, I gotta shake it off. Ain't talking about Mariah Carey songs. Just because you getting bread don't mean you obligated to put the family on. Just pray the day I make it big come, before the day both of my grannies gone. Pull myself up with the bootstraps, to the top I had no ladder. Fighting with everything I got, trying to get a little break like a bone fracture. You not doing what you love till the day you're gone, then it really won't matter. Throwing stones in a glass house, you better hope that it don't shatter.
Me, it's haunting. It scares me to know they don't never stop falling. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. With no one to catch me, it's haunting. It scares me to know they don't never stop falling. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling.
Yeah. You can see me fall 100 times every time I get up, and I bet that. Always expect to bounce back anytime you see me have a setback. Even if you wanted to see me fail, you can't do nothing but respect that. I'm on the grind, I can see the money, got my fingers on it like a tech deck. I got the W, no GCI, transformed, I'm on it, meets the eye. I took the dream, manifested it, then I brought it to life like CGI. At some point I had to realize, it's only myself, me and I see the target when I'm locked on, no escaping me, it's like eagle eye. At this point I don't got shit to prove, cause people already know I'm nice. I've been a problem, and just know anybody can get it like open mic. Left a nigga hanging, now they wonder why my heart cold like Overweiss. Just know when I say I got a ghost, I ain't talking about a poltergeist. You can't be part of my environment if you ain't trying to help me plant trees. Always keep your eyes open, cause game is what you can't see. Every day I went to roll the dice, and every time I went all in, ballin' like Spalding. Now I can't stop falling.
Catch me, it's haunting. It scares me to know they don't never stop falling. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling.
Hello, Robert.
It's haunting. It scares me to know they don't never stop falling. I'm falling.
Take them out Tuesdays. I like that. They're gonna have to incorporate that.
I'm falling.
Greetings, salutations. That was Young Merc Fire, Falling. From the Warm Up 2 album. Y'all hear a lot of that during my show. It's spectacular. The whole EP is spectacular. Uncle TNathan, I didn't make him late. Yeah, you did. You sent me a message that deleted, and then I spent 5 minutes focusing on what the deleted message was. Next thing I look up, I'm late. I had planned to change shirts, and I was like, I'm running late because of Robert again. Greetings and salutations, everybody out there. This is TNathan. It is 10 something Central Standard Time, 11 something Eastern Standard Time. And of course, I am right on time for Conversations with TNathan. Listening to me across Europe and the rest of the world on GCPR. And a few people check my text. A few of my closest friends and family are watching me on my TikTok and YouTube and Twitch. Check my text. I can't go live without having checked my text. I got both of y'all. Y'all wait till I go live. 1 dead, 9 wounded, and vehicles in flames. All right. Police scene after mass shooting in Maryland leaves 1 dead and 9 injured. Hold on. I will get to that. And I have one more. Petra said, y'all see me checking my messages. Yeah, you see me checking my messages right now. You're going to send me a message to check my message. I can't with y'all. Yeah. Yeah, the one dead, and let's pull up the information so we can talk about it in real time. Maryland mass shooting because we were. Let's see what we know as of this moment. 9 injured, one dead in mass shooting in Towson, Towson, Maryland. A mass shooting occurred Tuesday night in Towson, Maryland, officials said. Officials say 9 individuals were injured and one dead after a mass shooting at a funeral home. A mass shooting at a funeral home. Offi- um, Officials say the first police arrived on scene, found a car on its side and on fire. Why does this sound like some action adventure story we just watched? The car was found on its side and on fire. Maryland County Fire Department was alerted. Some things they say in these things, I'll be like, oh, we just fill in space. No, I came upon a burning car and I didn't think to alert anybody. Officials searched the scene and found multiple victims. 9 injured individuals were transported to the area hospitals. Officials said there is no threat to the public and the shooter was intentional and targeted. No threat to the public though. Live video from the scene shows a large police presence alongside Loch Raven Boulevard. The investigation is ongoing and still open. So at this time, we have a mass shooting that is taking place in Townsend, Maryland, at a funeral home. A funeral home. What was it? We're trying to save some distance? It's like we're saving distance now. Let's see. I got another. Let's see if this says anything different than what I read just now. The update that just came in 15 minutes ago. I don't know. This is considered a mass shooting, the Baltimore police said. 9 injured, one dead that we know of. Yes, I think it qualifies. One person died at the scene and 9 others were taken to local hospitals. Police believe the target incident was targeted. Who was targeted? I don't know. We believe the individuals involved knew each other and there is no ongoing threat to the public. So these people don't know anybody else. They can't. They don't know anybody else. The investigation is still in its early stages. Yada yada yada. This type of violence is rare. They just said this type of violence is rare in Baltimore County. Baltimore County. Yeah. I hate to. Is anybody gonna tell them? I feel like this is an onion story. It's that weird. All right. Okay. Another update. 54 seconds ago, and it's not an update. It's a repeat. Fire personnel then treated the victims and transported them to the hospital. Yada yada yada. It appears authorities vehicle discovered on fire on its side. This type of incidents are unheard of here. There have been 490 mass shootings incidents in the United States thus far. And I made a video today talking about 83 of those mass shootings have been on school campuses, 27 on college campuses, and the other 56 on K through 12 campuses. But drones, yeah, 490th, and the year is not even over yet. Greetings, Tia. The year is not even over yet, and this is where we are. I got, I see your nephew. I see your star. Um, yeah, the year is not over with. The year is not over with. Yep, but drones. And I just got a video now. If this a what's this video of? All right, Petra. There's a video of the scene. I only see a lot of police cars. Yeah, I see a lot of police cars. I've seen a lot of police cars before. Yeah. So that's happening, and as it unfolds, I will give you updates as Petra sends them to me if they are new information. Fox 5 DC had a press conference. Anything truly interesting in the press conference, or the same thing we're reading that they have? Oh, okay. Repeated info. Yeah. And I was looking at the info they were releasing on the shooter in the Abundant Life Christian School shooting. And I remember the first information I saw on it when I figured out they was a 15-year-old little girl. First, first, of course, they said she was a 17-year-old at first. Then that she was trans, and I'm like, y'all just want to pin some mass shootings on trans people, don't you? You really do. Turns out she's a 15-year-old little girl that decided to, and I want to tell people this. Police did not end the mass shooting that took place at Abundant Life Christian. Police rarely end mass shootings in schools. I just want to say that. Most of the shootings that take place in schools end because the shooter ends themselves. Saying they were talking about Venezuela shootings being overrun. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. They're nobody. They're out. Yeah, they're always on a soapbox, capping for white supremacists in Chicago. Yeah, they're nobody. Seriously, people want to demonize trans people, and any way they can. Right. This is a 15-year-old little girl, and I don't know what conditions she was suffering from, but whatever the conditions were, they shouldn't have been um, spread to other people. But I want to say that because these press conferences, and he's patting his officers on the back for doing a good job in responding to the shooting incident. Your officers did not stop a shooting. Your officers did not stop a shooting. They didn't. And what kind of country are we in when second graders are calling 911 for mass shootings, and we're more concerned about drones that have not proven to be a threat to anybody? They're not saying anything. As I repeat, white guy is the one saying it's shocking. Yeah, right. And I'm looking at this case, and it's unfolding. I'm watching children that should never be in front of a camera to be talking about a mass shooting. And then I think about, like I said, I think about Sandy Hook and December 14th. And December 14th, 12 years ago, 2012. 2012. Just let that sink in. 20, 20 elementary students. 20 elementary students died. 6 teachers died that day. And Alex Jones is still not paying the price for maligning them. But 26 people died that day. And we are not moving the needle any on keeping schools safe. Sandy Hook kids would have graduated. Well, several. If we take the oldest class, they have graduated. The youngest class, yeah, as a matter of fact, the youngest class has graduated. The youngest class has graduated. This was 12 years ago. This is 12 years ago. And it's like, it's just one job. One job. And it's the disassociative nature of the conversation. Whenever our children die in mass shootings, thoughts and prayers. So from now on, I want everybody to make a video when you can about drones. I'm saying just send them your thoughts and prayers since they do so much. Just sending you thoughts and prayers. There's That's a long time ago for people to be not preventing more incidents. And I'm not gonna look. We can get back to 17 years ago to Lakeland, Florida. We can get back there in 2000 and into 17 years ago. 17 years ago. And we're not moving the needle. And then I look at all of the things that are national conversation. Why nobody runs on a platform of stopping school shootings? Why does no one ever run on a platform to end? And then I listen to this guy say, we tried to get rid of guns. No, you have not. There has been no serious push to get rid of guns in this country in any circumstances except when the Black Panthers marched with live rounds into the Sacramento State Capitol. That was the only time the NRA even joined with Ronald Reagan and signing a bill to restrict the use of to restrict guns being bought on the state capitol. 7 minutes in, what we're reading is they're all saying, standing outside, we're investigating that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is our goal here. What is our goal here? I don't know. We we are obsessed about things that a year from now are not going to matter. A year. Every time I hear people talking about drones, I think about UFO sightings and probes and how none of this has ever been proven. I think about the mass hysteria called by a radio show and called War of the Worlds. I think about all that. But at the same time, no one was talking about ending the war in Europe, ending Vietnam. No. But, scary radio show. I don't know. Tonight, I'm just in this mood. But I just want to set it on fire and see what survives. I think if people had comprehensive medical health care limits on certain firearm types and projectile types, the NRA would scream. But see, in this instance, it's I still, and I know this is not a popular opinion because nobody wants to take responsibility for anything, but it's a parent's responsibility to keep their gun out of the hands of their children. If your child is that smart and you can't keep the gun out of their hands, you don't need to have a weapon in your house. I said it. If you can't keep gun violence in schools has risen since the pandemic. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. It's risen every year. Even it was rising before the pandemic. I mean, that's I heard the story, but in 2008 there was 16 school shootings. 16. And this at by this time of the year. And here we are at 83 already. Yeah, it's been rising. But I'm not saying take all the guns away. I'm saying some parents don't use common sense and shouldn't have the shit laying around. And since common sense isn't legislatable, It's not common sense. You can't legislate people into common sense. Um, so I don't I don't have the nice conversation available for it because it's all that doesn't work. I'm not into this regurgitating the same old conversations. I'm not here to blame it on mental health. I'm saying guns kill people. And the fewer guns we had in the hands of people, the more we can control guns killing people. Yeah, I know. In the Republic and everybody's like, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Yeah. It's hard to kill a person. It's hard to kill a group of people without a weapon that spews 60 rounds a minute. No, I think these idiots shouldn't have any guns. That's the thing. I don't think I don't think. I think if you leave any loopholes, they will get the loophole, and you would still wind up in the position you're in. Yeah, they shouldn't have. They should not have guns. People. The Second Amendment does not give you a right to bear arms. No, it doesn't. I said it. People can't read. People interpret it the way they want to. Second Amendment is talking about a well-armed militia. If you're not in a well-armed militia, then just having a gun hanging out in your house, no, no. Our society has shown us that in general, see, this is why I don't believe in democracy. You all are enamored with the wording of democracy. I'm not because I can actually read. I can actually comprehend words. I'm not enamored with the idea of a thought process that took place over 200 years ago being applied situationally to a world today. Nope, I'm not. I'm not enamored with a document that at the time it was written that if you looked like me, you had no rights under that document. No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't even see why women argue about that document. You all couldn't even vote until 1921. You couldn't even vote. You had to be amended into a constitution to vote. Just like we had to be amended into a constitution to be thought of as human beings deserving of protection. Instead of having those same inalienable rights that they talk about, every individual that was not black or woman or indigenous, yeah, every individual that just happened to be a white male landowner, yeah, that's whose rights they were protecting. Everybody else's rights, y'all were afterthoughts. Y'all were afterthoughts. All those quotes y'all be making from the Constitution, yeah, they were by white men. That's why I be laughing. I just be laughing when I hear people quote to me the Constitution of the United States, Second Amendment. I say not only was a well-armed militia what they were talking about, they were talking about a well-armed militia of white men. And of course, we can say, oh, the Constitution is a living and breathing document. Then why did I have to be amended to it? Why couldn't I just be understood to have the same rights and privileges thereof? Where did the savage, when did the savages get voting rights? When the Iroquois nation taught them how to taught them how to write a constitution. Look, I always thought it's funny that the same people that say they were rebelling against their homeland came and brought their Magna Carta with them and then hybridized it with the Iroquois nation and came up with the greatest document ever written. A document that at the time didn't even realize not to be allowing a felon to be president. It didn't because they were all, listen, it's a document that was written that at the time it was written, everybody who took part in it was a criminal by statute of law. Yeah, by the statute of law. Rebellion is an act of criminality. I always tell people, and they don't realize that. And I think that's what's so funny to me when I hear people talk about rebellion, talk about things, and they talk about the legal way to do it. I'm like, so you're not talking about rebellion. You're not. I have. Can you tell? My eye. See it. Mhm. Yeah. I don't know. I think it comes from like hours of binge watching stuff yesterday, this morning. Um, yeah, the Hossams were better off without the unwashed masses. They were unwashed. Yeah, but that's the thing about the nature of where we find ourselves. Tomorrow, today was pre-certification day. Tomorrow, 50 states will certify the election results. And I remember, and I know I'm gonna make a video tomorrow because it's gonna go smoothly. And I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna ask those people who've been telling us, hey, the Democrats got something planned. They're up to something. Don't judge them too quickly. Where are these plans at? Tomorrow is certification day, December 18th. Today was pre certification day. Tomorrow's certification day of the Electoral College's presidential vote. Where are these plans at? I was, I should have made that understood that if the Democrats didn't win this election, they would cannibalize themselves. I made a point of stressing the fact that if the Republicans lost the election, that they would go into a revolt. But watching the Democrats literally cannibalize themselves is would be a spectacular sight to behold if it wasn't the fact that so much hangs in the balance. When we talk about and I keep going back and talking about how the same people that were talking about the threat to democracy, the same people that were talking about the worst thing that could happen to this country, and they are sitting silent as it happens because they always want somebody else to fight the battle. They just want to talk about it. Oh, Donald Trump is the worst threat to democracy. So you're just going to you're going to ride it out now. You're just going to sit back and ride it out now. That's why a lot of people can't say anything to me anymore about political rebellion or what politics means to marginalized groups. A lot of people don't realize, and a lot of people don't even realize that I'm going to cuss them out the first time they mention it to me because they don't know. They, it just amazes me that people don't know that I'm going to cuss them out if they mention something to me while they're sitting back silent. And there's a lot of large creators that people are used to seeing me associate with that are quiet in the face of all that rhetoric they did about the threat to democracy. And right now, they're quiet. They're on vacation. They're we're just gonna sit back and let things unfold. I'm like, yep, this is who you. But one thing about it, it shows me who people really are. Yes, it really shows us who they are. It shows me those who actually believe in fighting and those who only believe in fighting as long as they are performatively rewarded for it. Yeah. That's why it's funny. I can tell when somebody will come, one of those people will come into the live and I'll start talking and they leave. What's up, Nick? They leave. They're not there for the long haul. They like say they're waiting. They say, "Oh, don't want TNathan to get on me. I'm gonna leave." Well, I just know that you can't be depended on. That's one thing about this election and this the aftermath has shown me. A lot of people you can't depend on them to be anything but talk. They're not. They're making. I looked at ABC settled a lawsuit with Donald Trump that they were going to win in open court. They would have won that lawsuit in open court. But they settled with him not because of they were wrong. They settled with him because Disney owns ABC. And Disney is making nice with the next president of the United States. Look at all these billionaires that were openly talking about Donald Trump should never be near office, and they're donating to his inauguration fund. Let that sink in. And then it amazes me when I hear people talking about these things and they be like, talking about the individual. I say, number one, a corporation is not a real life person. It's an entity. And these entities are being guided by billionaires. At the end of the day, they care about profit. Are you saying they just playing the game? They all kissing the ring? No, I'm saying they all kissing the ring. It's not it playing the game would imply we're all playing the same game. And playing the game means it's like Monopoly. No matter what, you might get down into my Monopoly, but you're all playing the same game by the same rules. Yeah, Monopoly is a game. Bagman is a game. These are games. And the rules apply to everybody in the game equally. Spades is a game. There are rules to it. We're not playing a game because we're not all subject to the same rules. So therefore we're not in the same game. And they're not playing a game either because we exist on the board. So they have different rules for what they're doing. And we are the ones who will suffer under the rules that we continue to constrain ourselves with because none of y'all really want to do anything about it. No, you don't. Very few. Very few. And then the few that do, I have to constrain because there are not enough of you who do. Yeah, a rebellion of 10 people can be squashed. I mean, in a nanosecond. And most people fight from the comfort of their environment until it comes down to doing the work. Until it comes to doing the work. Speaking of work, thank all of you all who contributed or not. Um, yeah, yeah, thank all of y'all who contributed. Except for money. When did the savages try? Yeah, okay, I'm caught up over there. Is that dollar signs with a percentage marker after it? That's cute. Don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of us get caught up. Well, no, I try to say us to not make it feel like, yeah, but no, it's not us. A lot of people outside of us get caught up in things that only reflect their dependency on the same system they always talking about rebelling against. And that's another reason I just find I I think I'm the only person that really finds conversation on this app in an age of Nikki Giovanni's death with people tiresome and I don't. It's just tiresome. It's tiresome to get people trying to get people to the conversation we need to be having past the conversation that doesn't do anything. It just gets tiresome. That's why I spend more time in the out and about talking to people that actually concerned about change. Why why look, I was reading and I was like, "Oh, I got to do the show." And I was like, "GCPR, if it wasn't for that, I might not have made it here tonight." But I say I'm shocked. I got an obligation to them who tuned in to me to be here because I said last night I'll be here. So and me saying stuff is important to me. So I'll be here. But I can only endure because I don't have panel discussions. It's just, it's like, have you ever had a discussion and you lay out something and you realize people don't even know that what you're saying as they go back to defending the same point that you just proved to them that is not even a point. That's how most of the discussions I involved myself in go. I will come into the discussion, I will listen, I will make sure I listen thoroughly before I speak. And when I speak, I analytically dissect every point that they made and then explain to them why it's not a point and then a few seconds of silence, and somebody will go right back to another discussion. And I say, my work is done here. Bye. I told somebody, I told somebody in a video not to mention drones in a response to this video when I was talking about the mass shooting, or I will block them. 3 of my followers got blocked in that video. 3 people that follow me, and I followed, got blocked in that video because didn't listen to the end of the video, and they minimized the death of students by telling me who they thought was responsible for drones, and I blocked them. And I told them, I told them, don't try to contact me on other platforms telling me you were accidentally blocked from my page. No, you might have been accidentally blocked from a live, but if you were blocked from my page because of some stupid shit you said, because you didn't listen to the entirety of my video, don't waste my time. Because the minute you respond to me on another platform, I'm going to block you there also. I don't want anything to do with people anymore that are intentionally engaging in the kind of disingenuous intellect they are engaging in. I don't want to engage with people anymore that don't have the intestinal fortitude or the mental aptitude to listen to a video entirely before commenting on it. Yeah, I don't. I don't have it. I do not have it anymore. And I've tried to pretend and all that. No, I just don't have it. If I'm going to spend my time looking at comments under the videos I post about issues, then you could at least spend your time watching the entire video before you comment. Because I think people get it fucked up on my page. Is it after 10:30? Am I safe? Did I cuss? Did I say fuck before 10:30? Oh, I'm good. It's 10:09. I don't have the ability to engage with people that don't have comprehension skills. I don't. I don't have the I don't have the to engage with people who do not even listen to my complete thought before they're engaged. When I go to people's videos that I follow, I listen to the whole video. I don't comment halfway through the video. I listen to their whole video. And then I usually sit there and think about it. If it was something worth thinking about, I think about what they said before I enter a comment or text them or anything about it. Part of the problem is the market. Part of the problem is the market. We want to have intelligent conversations and we're lacking attention skills, not to mention intelligence. Like I say, I don't. And I'm not talking about small talk. I don't know. I'd have to ask. I have to ask people. Am I good with small talk? I think I am when we're on small topics and we're chopping it up and having fun. But if I'm talking about something serious, greetings, Rain. I don't know. I'm gonna push back against that. I think I am good with small talk when it's not something major going on. I think I am. I think I'm good with small talk till I get tired of it, and I usually get tired of it in the face of that's all the person has to offer. If all you have to offer, to me, is small talk, we can't have an interaction. We can't have a serious long term interaction. I can't. If every conversation you start off with me about is how's the weather, I'm gonna be like, I don't give a fuck. I don't know. And I'm doing that because I'm trying not to be totally dismissive and say, I wish it was a lightning storm and you were walking to your car and lightning struck you. So I never had to see you again. I'll continue this tedious ass conversations. See, I'm good at small talk. It's another thing, Rain. You're so right. And then when people, it's like, I will be talking about the something that's happening or unfolding in the Sudan or Haiti or Gaza, anywhere, and the person will. I hate people when they center themselves in conversations that are bigger than whatever trauma they faced this morning getting ready to go outside to work. Yeah, don't have it. I don't have the time or patience for problems that are first world privilege problems. Oh, let me tell you, I got up this morning and I was going and I realized I didn't have any gas and I wondered if I was going to make it to the gas station. These are not earth-shattering problems in the face of me talking about something. They just show me you have poor planning. You have poor management skills. You knew you had to get up in the morning. You were out the night before, and gas didn't cross your mind then. Why are you talking to me about your gas problem? You live in a country where you can go buy some gas. Thank you. You're not good at insignificant talk. I don't. I don't. I think. I think I'm also a timing and place guy. I get annoyed when I'm talking about something and somebody wants to engage in small talk. I get annoyed on that level. Yeah, I get annoyed when people don't read a room and see what the conversation is at the time. Yeah, I get annoyed at that. I get annoyed when we have conversations that we are actually trying to get to the bottom of a problem, and somebody um, centers themselves in something that isn't even relevant to the problem we're talking about. Yeah, I made a comment about Chris Brown, and I said I like the idea that Chris Brown sold out 3 shows in South Africa in the 95,000 seat arena. I like that. I like the idea that that brought attention to South Africa. And I and it's what I didn't say that I was like I just like that. I didn't care who did it. But I was also calling out the fact that a lot of these people that talk about their activism and how much they care about the continent, they go world. How does a world tour include not a stop in Africa? How does a world tour? How does an artist say they're on a world tour and they have no stops in Africa? And that's what I was commending him on. He went on a world tour. He went to Africa. That's part of the world. And it's like, well, he did this and he did that. I say, yeah, not denying that. Not denying that. But at this time, if and I had to qualify this because if it was my sister, my daughter, my friend, Chris Brown wouldn't exist right now. That's two things can be true at the same time. Chris Brown would not have a life right now. So that's a moot conversation to me. When I see the allow you allow that type of abuse, that's just it. And when I'm talking about retributionary long term, but I was acknowledging the fact that if that is true, that he's just such a bad person, he's a bad person that included Africa in his world tour. So a lot of you good people, I'm looking at sideways. I'm looking at a lot of you so-called good people sideways because you don't go to Africa. Interacting with those people, we gotta spend more time explaining points we never made. Right, Spirit. And I don't. You know me. I don't. I won't do it. I won't do it. I will say. I don't know who you were listening to. I want to say that sometimes when I'm listening, I go back and look at a comment someone leaves under a video I made, and I have to go back and watch the video. Be like, did I say that? Not to mention he has right his right. Not to mention that it's in my eyes. If how do I in my eyes, situational forgiveness is situational forgiveness, and that's on the people. At the end of the day, I'm a protector. I will protect until that which I protect decides that they don't need my protection or they don't want my protection. Sometimes I'll still be there long if they might decide, and it's kind of catch 22 because there's different levels to this. There are people who say I don't need your protection, and you all the time in your mind saying I didn't ask you if you needed it or not. You're getting it. Those are people that know that like my daughter or my bestie or any of the women in my life and my children. They know. They could tell me that, and I'll be like, yeah, sure, and I'm still like camped out on the roof of their house, like the Black Panther waiting for a threat. I don't care. But I also believe in situational feelings, like the whole Rihanna situation. At the time, like I say, if Rihanna was my sister, my daughter, or anything else, Chris Brown would have ceased to exist then. 20 years later, that's when Rihanna and Chris decide how to maneuver past that. They know more about the situation than we do. I'm not going to ever advocate for a man putting his hand on a woman out of anger. Um, I'm not. I'm not going to ever like that. But at the end of the day, as long as you're not, as long as you're not under my protection directly, 20 years ago, then I'm gonna have to take my cues from how you decide to mean it. Yeah, right. I understood, Heavenly. Right. 11 minutes? Dog. 11 minutes. Um, I didn't know if you all were in the mood for bootleg movie theater tonight or not. So I was like going to, if you were, I will put something on. If not, we'll make up for it later. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I need sleep. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. And I have workshop. I have workshop elf duties tonight. I'm good for it. Depends though. I depends on yeah. I have workshop elf duties tonight, and yeah, I'm the Grinch that doesn't, and I'm a combination between the Grinch and Ebenezer Scrooge when it comes to this holiday, but I'm also a workshop elf. I'm a workshop elf too, and I will fight you over it. Right. So I will fight you over the fact that I'm a workshop elf too. Yeah, I say ball humbug, but not around the kids. Yeah. Right. Exactly, Raina. Exactly, Rain. I do too. And that's what I'll be workshop elfing with this morning, tonight into the morning while they're at school, and I don't have to worry about them coming into the front room um, until after 3:30, so I can do workshop elf for 12 hours, and then it's like, oh, I was telling somebody that say, they say, oh, you don't like Christmas? Yeah, I don't like Christmas, and I was like, but this is also me with a Christmas tree up. And enjoyed putting it up with the kid. And it's like it's the dichotomy of who we are. It's like, yes, I understand commercialism, the birth of Christ. I don't believe any of that. I don't need I don't need Christmas to tell me when to buy gifts. I don't. But I still think this is the time of the year that restores a little of my faith in humanity, even if it's more performative than even. But that doesn't mean I'm never going to take Christmas away from a child. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to take the wonder of Christmas away from a child. I'm gonna make sure we direct it in a way that's not commercial, but I'm never going to take the wonder of that. And I'm never going to subject him. I remember um, people that converted to Islam in prison, right? And they got out and they tried to convert the children and everybody to it, like within 3 days of them being out. Tell them, well, we're not going to do this anymore. We're going to not do it. And I would watch and I would say, why would you do that? Why is your spiritual journey the burden of your children? Why is your spiritual journey the burden of your children? Why all of a sudden now, because you think you're enlightened? And that's the thing about it. They weren't even enlightened. They just switched their traditions for other problematic traditions. But all of a sudden it's like, oh, we don't celebrate Christmas. Bitch, you celebrated Christmas and got toys all your childhood, and now you want to take it away from your children because you are enlightened. Yeah, yeah, my everyone adults know that Christmas is a holiday of commercialism, except children. Just had this conversation tonight with my daughter as we read a book about Mother Frost. Yeah, trying to explain Yule to her. Yeah, I just go with the flow. I just go. Yeah, it makes all of it's it's not something that they don't grow out of when it's appropriate. And if you're just raising shitty kids, it doesn't matter about what holiday they celebrate. They're going to be shitty adults regardless. So maybe that's on you. Yeah. But the conversation, when it, and it doesn't even, bestie, we were talking about how we threaten older kids, threaten older kids not to tell the younger kids. And I thought that was great. No one, you don't get to spoil somebody else's happiness after you've had yours. Yeah, I love that her school teaches about Hanukkah, but I hate they don't do Muslim holidays. And I understand. But that becomes incumbent upon us. That's one thing I will always say that I owe to my grandmother and my mother more so than anybody with my education is that they filled in all of the blanks. They filled in all the blanks. Stop it, Petra. Yeah, stop it, Petra. Telling you. Yeah, we're gonna get blocks, not a block. All right. Yeah, you think it's funny? All right, I got you. I got you. Yeah, yeah. Know it when you see it. Know it when you see it. Yeah, I see you. She got jokes right now. I'm knowing. Olivia sent me a. Was it Olivia? Who sent me this video? Josh's mom. That was Olivia, I think. Josh's mom and um hot dog soup. Hot dog soup with three ingredients. Three ingredients of hot dog soup: tomato paste, hot dogs, and onions. I was like, that's like people doing the spaghetti in the sink. Oh, don't start. Don't start. Oh, that's so nasty. Immediately. Right. It's like, and they sent me, I'm like, and I watch them cook, and I'm like, one thing I will say, I haven't seen any roaches in Josh's mom's house. That's a good thing, because she be splashing food everywhere. But hot dogs, and then it's the way she prepared it. Maybe if you would have cut the hot dogs up and put them in a vichyssoise or something like that, and then I still wouldn't have eaten them, but I could have. It would. But you took whole hot dogs, put them in the little bowl, in the bowl pot, seared them. She sprayed them with like the Pam nonstick spray. She sprayed them with that. Let them sizzle in there. Poured tomato sauce in. Cut the way she cut the onion. I was like, it's an onion, and I was disgusted. Put it in. Then she proceeded to cut the hot dogs up with the spatula while they were in the mix, and she served all this over rice. And I'm like, I'm gonna get Olivia for this. Olivia sends me Josh's mom's videos. That's how I see him. That's how I see him. I don't even know people did that. I hate prepping in the sink. No matter how much you clean, that drain gonna have omega level germs. Yeah, and I still can't believe people don't wash their chicken. I still, I still find that amazing. I still find it amazing that people don't wash their chicken. I do. I don't. I hear the conventional wisdom. It's like you don't wash it because you don't want germ. Number one, how you are washing your chicken? How are you all washing your chicken? You're not running the water in there. And it's like, what about the little, and I'm talking about, what about the little fat things that you pull off the chicken that you don't cook? No one does that? Nobody pulls those little ends off the chicken? Yeah. And even when I wash chicken, I wash it in a colander and set that in the water. Pick it up. Make sure there's no hair on it because sometimes you get the little feather still be on there. Yeah, no. And pull out the tenderloins. Yeah, got to do all that. And then after we wash the chicken, then we season the chicken, or give it a bath. When I think of chicken bath, I'm thinking in the liquid part of whatever you're putting on your chicken, and then putting it in the oven. Because I really don't do fried chicken, um, so it's going to be some kind of grilled or marmaladed chicken. But yeah, I don't get it. 1 minute. Should I go over? Is it 1 minute and I'm over, or 1 minute and I'm right on time? Should I look? I, I think you get used to. Best thing to do is deep fry that chicken, a little deep fried turkey. I've had, I don't know. I liked, I like turkey. I like deep fried turkey. I do, but I wind up. I know I'm special. Will wind up carving the outside of the piece of turkey that is exposed to the grease off to get to the center part. Yeah, yeah, I know I'm weird. I know. Go overtime to show the man. Pirate is so Pirate is so problematic. Yeah, yeah, the man. I'm sticking it to the DJ. And I'm like, it's not like it's not like you gotta travel to a place 11 11 o'clock. All right, GCPR. Um, I've been told several times now what the time is. And since I was on time on GCPR, I'm not gonna go over. I will holler at you all later. Thank you all for tuning in. Gonna kick it a minute and then get to elf duties. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace. Elf duties. Yeah, you should be scared. You should be scared. Um, think I'm gonna tell you, I want to play secret levels for you all. I want to play all 10 episodes of secret level, and it would take it's 10 episodes, and I think on average they're 10 minutes long a piece, so we could get it all done in 2 hours, in less than 2 hours. Um, Carry On was it was adequate. It was good. Yeah, it was good for what it was. It caused me to any movie that I talk back to the screen at, it's good. It's all right. I'm engaged. If I am bored at a movie, that's the worst thing you can be. If I'm so bored I don't engage with the characters, I want to talk back at the screen, it didn't really move me. Or sometimes it moves me and you don't want to know what I'm thinking. It pulled enough at you. Yeah, it was like even for the reasons like why would you do this? Why would you do this? I I'm telling you, yeah, it wouldn't have worked with me the first time. I'm like, yeah, hold on. Yeah, somebody's trying to blow up the airport. And they're trying to get me to do it with them. Yeah, no. Cause what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah. There were easier ways. Yeah, there were easier ways. Yeah, it was so many easy ways. Yeah, he done got. Look, I didn't want to be his friend. He got all his friends. All his friends either died or his best friend made. His best friend made it, but you got the black Leo killed. You got your supervisor killed. You got the man's husband killed. Yeah, you got a killing record here, guy. You got a killing record before you got around to killing one of the bad guys. Yeah, yeah. Felt a little bad for Montel. I didn't. I didn't because he showed he showed that he didn't know how to survive. He could have survived all this. He could have survived all this and saved his husband. Don't forget to sign out. I did. I hold that thought. Let me make sure. Okay, it says okay. Yeah, we're signed out. Yeah, because y'all know when I get up from here and go to elf duties, my phone will be back here. So it's not like you're gonna reach me before 10. Does anybody else not answer the phone all the time? Or do you think that if I respond with an emoji, that is an answer and they don't have to ask me any other questions? Do people realize an emoji is an answer? And if I saw your message and I don't respond back, that means I'm thinking about it or I got the message. It's usually bill collectors calling me. I told somebody today, they called and I was like, text me and let me know who this is. And they didn't want to text me and let me know who it is. And they called right back and I proceeded to block them. Yeah, I don't. If you got my number, then I usually have your. If it's an emergency, you need to tell me it's an emergency. It's an emergency. Answer the phone, TNathan. I said okay. I always answer, but don't expect others to respond. People are busy. Yeah, I always like when Petra will send me stories that she wants me to read or stuff that I wouldn't because she knows I'm out. And sometimes when I'm out and about, I don't get the I'm not paying attention to a news feed. And with Petra, she'll go through and say, he's interested in this, he's interested in it, he's not interested in this. And she'll send me those, and then it's like it's instant. So when I take a break, I have 11 messages to go through, and I have concise. I go through them, and then at the end of it, I'll say, "Okay, caught up," and she good. Hey, someone else be like, "Did you get that message I sent you?" And be like, "No, I didn't get it." I've said that to people. I didn't get it. I didn't get this message. My phone doesn't work. Just don't reply with K. Yeah, I do. No, I usually reply with when that you get a black thumbs up. Yeah, yeah. I answer text messages pretty quickly unless I'm asleep. And that's another thing I tell people. If you can call me anytime you want to. If I'm woke and I see your number, I'll answer the phone. If I'm asleep, I don't ever hear my phone. Anybody who's been around me will let you know my phone does not ring because I never turn the volume on. My volume is never on for ringtones. Notifications never on. Only time it's on is like when I have to reset my phone after download, and it automatically turns everything on, and I go and turn everything off. I see the phone because I will set it like I'll be somewhere. The stance. See, I got this stance. Set your phone on, and like right now, that's why I can see when I'm live. I can see y'all texting me because it comes across my computer and it comes across the top of my phone, and my phone goes into sleep mode. I'm gonna tell you, actually, I think I spend more time reading. I spend more time reading out of books or reading off the computer than I do on my phone. Yes, I spend more time reading books or stuff like lawsuits, documents on my computer than I spend time on my phone. Isn't that how you missed the call that you got the part for Martian Manhunter? Yep, that's how I missed it. Yep, they wanted me to be John John, and I missed it. You should do book reading lives. Let me tell you, I have, and this is a critique. This is not ego. I really want to know because I've seen some people reading live, and I be like, do I sound like that? Do you, I be looking, I be listening at people read on live, and I be like, what? I'll be like, I don't know. I was like, that's your reading voice. I'd be like, y'all should not be reading to public in public. And I don't want that. I was like, I'd be wondering, is it me? As I listen to people read on live, I came across someone reading on live because he's teaching himself how to read. And that guy reads better than some of these people that are supposed to be highly educated. Our feedback was helpful, right? And I know the guy you're talking about, and he still he reads well. He reads well comparatively speaking. I'm like, man, these guys build themselves up to be so educated and they read, they have no modulation. It's monotone, it's no flow. And I'm like, yeah, no. Yeah. Jazzy over here laughing because Jazzy know exactly who I'm talking about. I bet Jazzy knows some of the people I'm talking about. That I catch them reading from excerpts from books online, and I know the book, and I'd be like, "What part are you reading?" For someone who has only seriously begun reading for 2 years, he's doing extremely well. I can imagine what he would be like if he had read all his life. He modulates his voice. He gets into character. Mm. Should I read still this book on live? Yes, yes, yes. I'm thinking about if I do some live. Like I've done live reading. I mean, I've done live readings of El Haj Malik Shabazz, of Malcolm X. I've done that, and I've put them. I have put famous passages by Black liberators to video. I have done that also. But me and book reading, I want to do a book club. But my problem with doing a book club is I'll be like, okay, we're gonna read this book on Sunday and we're gonna talk about it on Monday. Yeah, and it's not even that I know people don't have the time, or I would say the book for the week is not a book for a month or two. It's a book for a week. We're gonna get it on Monday. We're gonna talk about it on Friday, and we're gonna get a new book on Sunday. That's how it's gonna go. Every week, it's a week, and I know everybody doesn't read that voraciously like I do, so that's why I lose interest in book clubs. That's why I lose interest in book clubs. If we want to talk about a chapter at a time, no, books are events in themselves, and they have tie on them. So I used to consume books like that. Yeah, I consume books. Yeah, I want to be an audio book reader. That would be fun. If you do a book club and or a live reading, I'll definitely be there. If I did a live reading, it probably would be more essay form, or because I would want to talk about it right then. I think essay reading. We do an essay reading that everyone has a copy of the essay also, and we'll talk about it. I would really like to talk about some Richard Wright essays. Um, yeah, or some or hmm or Ralph Ellison. The selected letters of Ralph Ellison. This is fascinating. I might do this. A letter or two. Yeah, I might do this because a lot of people. Ralph Ellison after Invisible Man, they really don't know how brilliant Ellison was. And his letters are brilliant. I like being read too, listening to LeVar Burton podcast. Okay. No, 10 minutes right now. No, we better go. But I will put that on the list. I do like the idea of doing some Ralph Ellison. Um, Another one of my idols, Ralph Ellison. I will definitely put that on the list just because my chief of security said it. Yeah, he knows he gets anything. Just got back. Are we doing bye byes? Yes, we're doing bye byes. I knew that would get you to be a good elf. Yeah, I'm out of here. Thank you, because I do have elf duties. I appreciate my chief of security. That's his job, y'all. He that's his job. It's his job to keep me on track with elf duties. All right, y'all. Any questions before I go? Any questions before I go? Anything? Anybody? We'll pick up on bootleg movie night after elf duties. All right. You good? All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. I will rest. I will get some sleep before I come back on live tomorrow. I will. I will. I got elf duties. I got lunch duties, and then I will get some sleep before I come back live.